Hello, masculine. I must say, you drive me crazy. I sit here, I sit here, I exist, I am. I exist in a place that feels like it is in between things. I feel like I constantly have one foot in the 5D where I feel so connected to you, where I hear you whispering incredible truths, asking me to believe in miracles and believe in you. With my other foot, I don't know about firmly attached, but maybe stuck in the 3D, where I see your physical body doing things. Well, I don't know how to describe it because I recall you doing them before. And it landed me on the floor. The heartache, the shattering, the misery, and the pain. Though it also strangely put me in this strange cocoon like state that I didn't even realize I was in until more recently. And it's like I put myself in such a situation to where I had to grow, and I had to grow beyond the comfort of the cocoon. I had to keep growing until there was no more room for me inside the cocoon, and then it started to fall away. I did push a little bit, but I really didn't have to. It was easy. And now I'm sitting here and I'm seeing you doing many of the same things that you did that sent me into that original spin, and yet, I mean, I won't deny it hurts. I won't deny I can feel that tinge of possessiveness I've always felt over you. It's my man, my masculine. Though it's different, it's like I sit here in this twilight twixt between place where I can see in front of me the 3D and feel no attachment to its persistence, if that makes sense. It's almost like the fireworks as they go off, and I know that they will spark and fly into the sky, and that after they have dissipated, I will still remember them. Their existence will persist for a minute, but then they will fade and no longer be relevant, other than as a memory of a thing that happened one day. And in so many ways, masculine, I know that it is my own work. I know that it is my credit, the healing that I have done, though I still, whether it's silly or not, give so much credit to you for providing me the contrast and the chance to test my wit, my intuition, my ability to know what is true and what is not. My ability to go within, to trust spirit, to believe in miracles. Because between your 3D self and your 5D self, which, yes, even as firm as I am in my belief in the existence of that, I still sometimes laugh and say, this is going to be funny if it's all just been a wonderful imagining in my head. But between the two, I've become more comfortable with what I know in the 5D. And whether it's you with karmics, or you wrapped up in karmic work cycles, or you ignoring me, or you coming in and out with breadcrumbs and Easter eggs, or you triggering old shadows that I thought we'd already worked on. I find myself now much more easily and consistently bouncing back to the leg that is in the 5D. It feels unshakable, unbreakable, unfuckwithable. That I know that you are mine and I am yours forever, always, and completely. And I know that even, it's hard to explain. I know that while there is some part of the timeline where you do not believe yet, I also know at the same time we are in the timeline where you do, where you see not just my magic, but your own too. And I don't know, masculine, it's strange. Don't you think that I have everybody lapping out of my hand and saying, "Oh yes, you you are the knower of all things and that we absolutely believe that you're doing everything right"? No, they do not, masculine. And well, the truth is I've never really had anybody who fully believed in me in that way, except for a time, you. And it's those parts of our story that have kept me going, that have reminded me of why you fell in love with me and why I fell in love with you, and what makes our bond so incomparable to any other you and I have ever known. And so while I decide to face the little cobwebs of shadows of envy and ego and jealousy and doubt, just to more or less test myself out and see if I'm really as deeply bothered by it as I once was. If you really can shake me, if anything can really shake me from what I know in my entire being is truer than true. And I face them in a way that I was scared to do in the beginning. I even laughed at myself the other day to decide that I was going to fully release you. And no, not this time in a way because I was mad that you weren't doing what I wanted, nor avoiding it because it's so silly. I've been avoiding releasing you because I knew that releasing you would actually bring you back to me, and somehow that felt like cheating. And then I realized that I was denying myself what I want and what is good for me. All because I had it somewhere in my mind that I needed to see something or have some sort of confirmation that it was time, that you were ready enough, that it was for sure that when I released you that I was right, that you would come right back to me. And then I realized to my own delight that I needed none of that. And that's when I told you, I release you. With no anger or animosity, and full playfulness. Even telling you that I knew, that I know, that I know, that I know. That I need not go to you. I need not pursue you. I need not chase. Nor do I need to be chased or pursued. That all I need to do is release, surrender to spirit, and know what I know is true, and then delight in all that I have, and tease you in both 5D and 3D, much in the same ways that you do with me. I especially delight with the moments when you cannot help it, when you know that no one else will understand, when you are experiencing strange interactions in your dreams and thinking with me that must be more than just delusions. And then you test me to see if I know, if I can explain it, if I can make you feel like you're not crazy. And I do. Sometimes with just a look, maybe a word or two. And you, I know you. whether it's a text or an email, a call or a visit. You come to me to have your reality either affirmed or questioned, to test yourself out and see if this spiritual stuff is true, if the connection is true, if you've done enough to feel like you no longer need me, no longer want me, no longer feel the magnetic pull. And you always do. And then you always run back to your shell inside a cave, buried away, wondering what is wrong with you. And I delight in knowing that you are already here. You have been here, you will be here. You are coming and yet have also already arrived. Oh, masculine, I could choose so many other routes. I recognize my own power in it, and yet I delight so much in this strange, sometimes twisted dance that we do. Though I delight in all these strange moments to get to know you in ways that I never could before. To understand our story in ways I never thought to before. To think thoughts I've never had. To challenge and test myself not because I must, but because it's fun. And to delight in seeing you do the same. And finding that you and I, we always arrive back at the same place. We always arrive back at the same place. We always arrive back at the same place. With you and me and the rest of the world disappearing.